Hey guys, this is Fluffal Stuffing Incorporated, and I'm here to discuss my Banlist Wishlist video. And before we get started, yes, there are going to be so many nonsensical picks, it's not even funny. I mean, it's not going to be Chaos Emperor Dragon the 3 on that level or anything. It's just me giving my thoughts on what should happen with the ban list, just because I'm feeling crazy and because I like doing these things. So, with that being said, I'm about to get on to the ban section of this list. And now the first card will be MX Saber Invoker. As much as I love Madolches, Zodiac Beasts are around the corner, and when it goes with Invoker, you pretty much know what's going to happen from there. Just go to Marmorats, then just start exceeding from there. Unless you have Flying Sea, Maxi, Effect Veiler, that kind of stuff, you're not going to get around that. I'm sorry. I just hate it too. It's just annoying, I'm not gonna lie. You know, this card in the ban section would be Evil Swarm Ophion. This thing is annoying, it's a pain. I know it's the only way that Evil Swarms can compete, but I hate Ophion, so this is a wish list. Ban this thing. And the next card would be Nurse Reficule. Dark Lord Nurse Reficule. Because of its name change, every Dark Lord can use this card. It's obnoxious. I think it was Banishment of the Dark Lords that searches this thing, and freaking I forgot what the other one was called, but Reficule is so searchable, easily revivable, and another thing, those burn cards are so annoying, but now Reficule is just at more than full power now because of the name change, and it's bullcrap. Next card that's going to be banned is Magical Explosion, just because it's so many degenerate FDKs. It's no reason to put Upstart Goblin to 3. Spoiler alert. So, I feel like that Magical Explosion needs to go. It's so annoying. There's so many OTKs with this card, it's not even funny. They're still played even today, so don't complain about it. Not like I'm not, but still. Next card will be Royal Magical Library. The card's BS. Ban this thing. I don't care. Get rid of it. And then, last card is Wind Up Hunter. And as you earlier Wind Up players, you know why I say this. Wind Up Hunter needs to go, just so a better card can come off the ban list. Yeah, as you could tell by now, this list is not in order at all, and it was done on purpose just so I can keep the surprise factor. That way, if I'm done with the monsters, you would say, "Oh man, the monsters are done." No. I'm not gonna do you guys that dirty. Don't worry. Anyway. Starting with the limited section, it will be Shuri's Strategist to the Necros to 1. This thing didn't need to get banned. They just wanted to get rid of Necros. So I feel like that Shuri can come back. But you know, it's a creative list, so I want Shuri to come back. And the next card will be El Shadal Construct. El Shadal Construct. This thing, it didn't deserve a ban either. They just wanted to get rid of Shadals too, so they could sell more Cosmos, more Pepe Magician stuff. It's just ridiculous. Next card is Union Hanger. Union Hanger is annoying. I want this thing to go to 1. If Terraforming doesn't go, Union Hanger better go. Because I'm not dealing with this thing at multiples. I freaking hate it. The next card is Card of Demise. I only have 2 words for you for this segment. Barrier, Stun. Enough said. Next card will be totally awesome. Just because it's annoying. Mermaids can summon it. Heroes can summon it on top of Darklaw. It's obnoxious. I freaking hate Totally Awesome. I hate its name. Tree Toad is a better name, but that wouldn't make me hate it any less. And here's one I would like to explain. It's Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment is one of the most skillful traps in the game, in my opinion. Sure, it can negate most things like a summon or an effective spell or trap, but the question is, should you? You're paying half your life points to negate one of those things, and in this list, I'm putting it to 1. So if you don't have it at multiples, you need to know when to use it wisely. Solemn Warning can have you lose 2,000, which is a lot in general. Solemn Judgment can have you lose from ranging to 4,000 to like 500 life points, but Solemn Judgment is still a skillful trap card in my eyes, so I feel like this thing can come back. And the next card will be Fire Formation Tenki, Zodiac Beasts, no need to explain. And next card is Level Chain. This thing should never have been banned. I'm not gonna lie. It should never have been banned. This monster, it starts a bunch of stuff, sure. but not many meta stuff either. Revolve Chain, it didn't need to get banned. Just ban Zen Releaser. In fact, ban most of the problem cards that can exploit Revolve Chain. And it's not that hard to figure out, guys. Revolve Chain should have come back. And it better come back on this list. Just because I'm being subjective here, but I still like Revolve Chain to death. Next card is Pot of Avarice. It's just because I always loved Pot of Avarice. I love the idea of it. I know it's pretty broken now. It's a better Pot of Desires. Just because you have a bunch of monsters in your graveyard. But I love Pot of Avarice to death. I want this thing to come back. And the next card will be Elemental Hero Stratos. Freaking Stratos. The only way I'll bring this back is if they limit Elemental Hero Shadow Mist like they did in the OCG. Or else Heroes would be way too broken. Heroes, they need Stratos. Stratos is easy to loop. It's easy to remove back row with. Just that, it's pretty powerful. If you limit Shadow Mist, it should limit the power of the deck itself, but not by a huge margin. Plus, I love Stratos, and I don't want to hear free my N-word Stratos anymore. And the last two cards that are on here are Harpy's Feather Duster and Heavy Storm. It's backer removal, Hearth Paleozoics, Hearth Demise builds. Bring these two back! And now, onto the semi-limited part of the list, which only has a few cards on it. Quite a bit of them are nonsense, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it. First one is One Day of Peace. I don't know why he plays it, but it's a great way to stall for one turn to hopefully pull a card that you need. Next up is Pendulum Call, because it should never have been hit in the first place. Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Just because maybe people will say that's irrelevant, but play one of these and you pretty much won the game. That's why I want Eradic too. I freaking love Eradicator. And next up is Neospatian Grand Mole. I'll put this thing to 3, but, most people just don't want to because they're too lazy. And people may have forgotten this thing existed, so sorry, Grand Mole. I still love you, though. Next up is Torrential Tribute, just because field wiping, anti-trap, so it's inherently worse than Dark Hole in some areas, but I feel like that Torrential can come back to 2. It's cool. Then the next one is Necroz of Unicorn. I feel like this thing should have come back at 2 a while ago. I feel like it should have been hit to 2 in the first place if we're going to hit Necroz. Because that's the best target with Kaleidomere by far. Or Kaleidoscope, whatever you want to call it. Unicorn is a ridiculous card, but it's the best way that Necroz can compete is to put Unicorn at multiples. Just so you can stop most monsters. You can't chain ABC Dragon Buster to this thing's summon, or else it's going to be negated either way. So Unicorn is an amazing card, and I feel like it can come back to 2 for Necroz players. And the last card on here is Performance Damage Juggler. I love this thing to death. I want my hero performages back. I want my hero clowns back. For people that know me personally, you would know why I'm saying this. I want my hero clowns back. But still, Damage Juggler, it's still one of my favorite monsters of all time. It's adorable, it's powerful, it's degenerate. Wavering Eyes is gone. I love Performance Damage Juggler to death. Just put this thing back, please, to 1, to 2, maybe even to 3. I don't care. Put that thing back to 2 at least. And now on to this part of the list. And also this is a wish list, but I'm putting it to 3 here. I'm going to 3. You only have 2 cards here, ironically. One is Upstart Goblin, obviously, because that thing should have come back. And another card is Wind Up Carrier Zenmaity. It'll make them be able to compete. Wind-ups need this. They need this more than anything. They have 2 Magicians now, but they're still not doing much. So I don't see any problem bringing back Zenmaity. I mean, if Max C's a thing, Effect Veiler, Ghost Reaper, Ghost Ogre, there's a lot of ways to stop wind-ups now, but I feel like that auto support can come back. Oh, and 2 more cards, by the way. Inzektor Dragonfly and Inzektor Hornet, just because I want Inzektors to come back. I love Inzektors. I hated them in their prime, but when I started playing them, I started loving them, and I started regretting my decisions to hating them. So, that's going to be my wish list, you guys. And if you guys like it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and anticipate my Badolte replay video. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.